Whether you're a photographer that hates carrying their heavy tripod or you're looking for a brand new tripod for backpacking or hiking or whatever it may be, I hope this video will be helpful for you. My name is Austin James Jackson. I'm a landscape photographer based here in the beautiful southern Utah. And in today's video, we're talking about the absolute best lightweight travel tripod. And we're talking about full-size tripods in this video. I'm not going to be talking about any of those little mini tabletop tripods. I'm going to be talking solely about full-size tripods, meaning ones that extend high enough that you don't have to get on your knees in order to use it. Now, just a quick little bit of back-end information before we start this video. The tripod I am going to be showing off is made by Slick Tripods. I am an ambassador for Slick. Now, before you guys leave, because you think this is totally a paid ad, I want you guys to know that they're not paying me at all to make this video, and they don't even know that I'm making this video. In fact, I just want to share this video because after years and years of searching, I finally found this tripod that I absolutely loved. I was lucky enough to become an ambassador with them. I love being an ambassador for gear that I really, really love, and I just wanted to share the knowledge, share the wealth with you guys, and show you guys what I think is the best travel tripod. Now, I don't claim to be an expert on a lot of things, but if there's one thing that I feel like I really know a lot about, it's lightweight gear. Due to me spending at least 90 nights a year in my tent backpacking out in the wilderness, I have always been after the absolute lightest weight gear, which is why I love this tripod. I love my lightweight gear, and I'm gonna be showing you guys that tripod and the ball head combo today. You'll also wanna make sure to use my discount code down below in order to get you guys 15% off of this great tripod and ball head bundle. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Let me introduce the tripod. Now, I've tried a lot of different tripods in my day. This is the one I think is the best. On Slick's website, it is listed as the Carbon Fiber Pro CF634. Let me tell you a little bit about why I think this is the best lightweight tripod. Now, first and foremost, the legs, there's 4 leg sections, which I like. I would prefer 3 leg sections just because it is able to get a little bit taller, a little bit more stable, but the 4 leg sections allows it to pack down a little bit smaller. And they also have the 3-legged version if you want. It's very similar to the tripod I used before this one. It's the Carbon Fiber 633. Anyways, these leg sections are nice because they're twist locks. So you simply twist and you can slide out each leg. A lot of tripods, a lot of the cheaper tripods especially, they have clip leg locks, meaning that there is a clip that you have to clip back and clip forwards in order to get the leg to come out. Those are not good. Don't buy a tripod with those. They wear out really easily over time, and then they're really frustrating to close and open, and you're gonna just end up with a lot of issues. These twist locks are really easy to take off and unscrew this tripod and pull the legs out. If you need to clean the tripod, which I do frequently, it's super easy. You just unscrew all these legs, take all the pieces apart, then put it all back together, and everything is in good shape. Of course, I recommend cleaning your tripod if you want it to last for a while, but this one is very, very easy to clean. Now, another key feature of this tripod, maybe you can see it here, is the long neck piece. Look how long this neck piece is. That is a lot longer than most tripods. The reason why this is beneficial for you is because of 2 different things. First of all, if you need that extra height, you can of course extend this neck. Now, I don't recommend this because obviously that reduces your stability when you've got the neck standing really high on the tripod. But by having that option, you can at least get it higher if you need for a shot or 2 really quickly, or if it's not windy. Now, secondly, it is also beneficial because it gives you more to clip your gear onto at the bottom. So if you want to clip your gear in order to weigh the tripod down to make it more stable, you can do that with this long neck piece here. A lot of lightweight tripods don't have a neck piece in order to save weight, which is really annoying because then, like I said, you can't raise the neck to get a higher vantage. You also can't hang any gear from the bottom, which is really, really nice in order to increase the stability of the tripod. You can also unscrew this neck piece by removing this middle piece right here. By unscrewing the neck piece, that allows you to get the tripod really, really low to the ground, because otherwise, as you can imagine, the neck piece is going to be hitting the ground if you want to get too low. Tripods without removable necks are also really annoying because you can't get super low to the ground. And for bonus points, if you really want to get fancy with it and you really want to look cool and like a professional, you can actually flip the neck piece upside down and have your camera on the bottom of your tripod. Trust me, it is going to attract a lot of attention. People are going to think that you're crazy and that you really know what you're doing if you do that. Another great feature this tripod has is there is 3 different places where you can have the legs extended to. So by default, if you just pull the legs out, they are at this angle here. And maybe if I set this up, you can see it. There's 2 other options if you wanted to extend the legs. So you can have them out at this angle that you can see here, or you can even do one more angle and you can have everything really flat. And of course you would change all 3 legs when you wanted to do that, but you've got 3 different shooting angles. Now, the benefit, especially on a lightweight tripod like this one, of having those different angles is that most of the time, if I don't need the height on the tripod, I will notch it up to the second notch here, because that's gonna give me a lot more stability, because my tripod now, instead of having a smaller area that it's taking up on the bottom on the ground, it's now taking up a larger area. It's fanned out more because the legs are sticking out further. So you can really buy yourself stability, which is important on a lightweight tripod, because obviously lightweight tripods aren't known for being super sturdy. They're not super thick. They're gonna move a little bit in the wind if you don't have it notched down correctly and you don't have it spread out. But what I always tell my clients that come out to my workshops, this is not about the size of the tripod. It is about how you use it. If you spread those legs out, it's going to work a lot better in terms of keeping things stable. And of course, the key metric here in the best lightweight tripod is obviously the weight of the tripod. This thing weighs in at just 2 pounds. Now, that is honestly incredible. When you think about and look at other lightweight tripods, most of them are 3.5 or 4 pounds. This one's 2 pounds. I don't know how they did it. I'm not an engineer. You'd have to ask them. I just think it's really awesome technology that it's only 2 pounds, because it barely weighs anything on my back. So I love taking this thing backpacking. I love taking it hiking with me, because I really don't even realize it. Now, in addition to the 2 pounds, it stands at a maximum height of 64 inches. That's before you put a ball head on top. So it's going to be a couple inches taller than that. That is plenty tall for an average size man like me. Now I want to compare this tripod to a few of the industry leading lightweight tripods and show you guys why this one is better just based on the specs alone. Now it is worth noting that the max load on this tripod is only about 6.5 pounds, meaning if you've got a really heavy DSLR with a really heavy telephoto lens, this probably isn't the tripod for you. It honestly probably would work, but it is not recommended on their website. However, if you're looking for a lightweight tripod, you probably potentially have some lightweight camera gear. I shoot with my Sony a7R IV, which is about 1.5 pounds, with some lenses that are about 1 pound or less each. So I have no problem with any of my camera gear on top of this tripod here. And last but not least, the price is just right on this thing. Honestly, compared to a lot of the other tripods that I think are not even as good as this one is one of the cheaper tripods on the market. This one comes in at $270 for the tripod. You're gonna have to buy the ball head after that. We're gonna talk about the ball head in the second part of this video, but I do wanna compare this to some of the other industry leading lightweight tripods on the market, which you're gonna see are a lot more expensive. Now, the first lightweight tripod that generates a lot of hype, and a lot of my workshop clients will bring these to my workshop or they'll ask me about them, is the Peak Design Travel Tripod. Now, I've got the specs on my computer down here, so I'm just going to read them off a little bit. First and foremost, the tripod is $650, so you're already looking at almost triple the cost of this slick tripod. So in addition to that cost, the maximum height is 60 inches, which is just slightly less tall than this slick tripod. The weight is 2.8 pounds, which is a little bit heavier. Now, do keep in mind the slick carbon fiber tripod, it already comes with the head attached to it. So that's 2.8 pounds with the tripod and the head, which actually ends up being about the same as this tripod here with the head that I put on it. But that is beside the point. Anyways, 2.8 pounds goes up to 60 inches. And it looks really, really slick. It packs down really small. So this tripod, I believe, is about 18 inches from end to end. And I see the length of the Peak Design tripod is about 15.5 inches. So it is a little bit shorter, but to be honest with you, that is like kind of the key feature that I think they were going for when they were designing it, is making the height short so that it packs down. But to be honest with you guys, the around is about the same, the like diameter, and the length doesn't really matter that much to me. And maybe it does to you guys. You can let me know if it does. But to be honest, the length doesn't matter. I'm gonna stick this in the outside of my pack anyways. So whether it's 8 inches or whether it's 24 inches, I really don't care. And I guess there is definitely a height where it gets too tall that it's going to get tipsy. But as long as it's like less than 20 inches, I'm fine with the height. I don't really mind that much what the height is. So that was kind of a non-factor for me. But the Peak Design tripod is really expensive. I've had a few students bring them out to my workshops. There's a couple students that really, really love them. And then there was quite a few students that actually returned them. They disliked them so much. So I think it seems like one of those things where it's vastly different. It's one of those things where you either love love it or you hate it. I know they use their own system up top in terms of the ball head. So if you like forget your bracket that goes on the ball head, you're totally SOL. Unlike with most other ball heads, like even between different brands, you'll have the same hookup. You'll have the Arca Swiss or whatever it may be. And so you could borrow it from somebody. So you're not totally screwed if you forget your ball head. Whereas the Peak Design one, it's totally unique. It looks really cool. It looks really slick, but honestly, I just don't think that the specs quite match up. And like I said, way more expensive. Now, one of the other lightweight travel tripods that I think generates a fair amount of height is the Gitzo Traveler tripod. And this one runs you at about $529. That's for the tripod only, no ball head. And it actually has some pretty impressive specs. So first and foremost, it's 2.33 pounds, which I think is pretty good, pretty comparable to the Slick, just a third of a pound heavier. And the maximum height with the center column is 60 inches. So just barely shorter than the Slick. And it's about the same height as the Peak Design. And the closed length is about 17 inches, so just slightly shorter than the Slick 634. According to their website, this one's good for 10 kilograms, which is like 20 some pounds, which is holds a lot more than the Slick tripod. I'm not sure how they've done it. If you've got heavier weight gear, this might be a good tripod for you to consider. But as you can see, it's about twice the price and it's slightly heavier. You'll also have to pick out a ball head to go with it. So the Gitzo is not a bad choice, but I definitely still think that the Slick is a little bit better. So the other tripod that I found online when I was looking at lists of best lightweight travel tripods that seem to be at the top of almost every list is the Be-Free carbon fiber tripod. It's made by Manfrotto. But to be honest, the specs really didn't impress me. I was trying to figure out what makes this tripod so impressive. It runs you about $470 and it's 3.42 pounds. So it's almost 3.5 pounds. That's almost twice the weight of this Slick tripod here. Maximum height is about 64 inches, so the maximum height matches. And this thing can hold like about 25 or 26 pounds, it says on the website. That is also pretty good. You can hold a lot more weight. Now, I don't know how the weights are tested here. I don't know how they determine that it can hold 26 pounds while Slick only recommends 6.5. Doesn't quite make sense to me. But anyways, my gear is not that heavy anyways, so 6.5 will do me just fine. In fact, I only need something that can hold about 3 pounds. So that was the last tripod that I really compared it to. There's obviously a lot of great options online, but to be honest with you, I didn't find anything less than 2 pounds that had this height at this price point. I just think that this Slick carbon fiber 634 tripod is just pretty top notch. Now, while I have you guys here, of course, I want to talk about ball heads as well, because if you buy this tripod, you're going to need a ball head to go with it. It does not come with a ball head. It comes by itself. The ball head that I really like using on this tripod is because it's super lightweight. It's super easy to use. It's actually the Slick SBH 180DS compact ball head with an Arca quick release plate. Probably the best thing about this is it is pretty much one of the lightest ball heads that I've seen on the market. It is less than half a pound and it's really easy to use. One thing that I notice with a lot of clients on my workshops when they show up is they don't know how to use a ball head. They've got a ball head with 4 different knobs on it and they're just twisting random knobs trying to see what loosens stuff. And it honestly it makes it really hard to use. It's frustrating for them to use. And a lot of times it'll result in a dropped camera. The benefit of this ball head here is you've got one knob up top that of course twists your camera and tightens it to the ball head. And then you just have the one knob on the bottom. This singular knob allows the ball head to rotate around. It allows the ball part to actually move. This one knob does everything. So most importantly, it's easy to use and I think that you guys will really like it. Now, when you put it on this tripod here, it's going to look a little interesting. And let's see if I can actually screw this on here on video. So a lot of people are kind of thrown off because this is what it looks like when it's on your tripod. So it kind of looks a little weird, but to be honest, I don't mind. This whole setup is less than 2.5 pounds for a 64-inch tall tripod, and it's gonna run you, with my discount code, like less than $350. Really affordable, really great tripod. This thing has lasted me for, I think I've been using this tripod for 4 or 5 summers now, spending more than 90 days on the trail. So I'm packing this on my pack. It's getting thrown into the rocks. It's getting put into the water. It's freezing at night. I'm really putting it through the ringer and it has never let me down. Love this tripod. I think it's the best lightweight tripod on the market, and I think you guys should pick one up today. Make sure to use my discount code Jackson15. I've got the link down below where you can pick up the tripod. Thank you guys so much for checking out this week's video. Really hope that was helpful for you guys and you'll be able to pick up one of these excellent ultra lightweight tripods. Make sure to like and subscribe. I always look forward to hearing from your comments if you've tried this tripod or if you want to see some further testing, let me know down below. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.